What up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So recently I've been working on this little Scx24 Enduro buggy custom build, so to speak. So initially what started out as my C10 stock build pretty much turned into this. I slowly upgraded and started getting parts and pieces for that C10, and slowly but surely realized I had enough parts to do a full custom build. So this is what it ultimately turned into. So altogether what we have is the Enduro rock buggy chassis. We have Gladiator links in the rear, and in the front I have the rear C10, so it's stretched a little. I can't remember the millimeter size on the Enduro shocks, but they are long travel. I believe they're somewhere in the 50 something millimeter range, like 53, 51, somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly. I was gifted for my birthday by a good friend a 3Flow 9 RC front steering link. I got the Emax servo in there, Mias axles, the isokinetic, and we have the Enduro transmission, and we have some Enduro Klingons 1.3s with some brass beadlocks. Let's see, got a 900 mAh 2S lipo, and I just yesterday dropped in the Furatech Lizard Pro Stinger brushless setup, and it's got the mini Komodo down there, and this thing is an absolute beast now. We got some metal drive shafts as well from Enduro, and the Enduro skid plate as well. So just a lot of aftermarket purchases from Enduro and other companies as well to complete this build. But all in all, this thing is beast mode now. The stretched, I'm not sure on the exact measurement of wheelbase. I haven't measured it yet. It's a nice little stretch to it though, and it's been catching on the belly here and there, so that's a little bit of a hindrance when you do stretches like this. But this thing has been awesome. I got the those green Enduro inserts in here as well for the 1.3s. They seem to be doing some pretty good work, man. These tires haven't even really had a chance to break in yet, and they're holding on to rocks really well. I'm loving the new brushless system in here. I never had a Furatech brushless system in any rig before. And I've always seen them out and about when people use them and been fully impressed with them. A little jerk there. So I might still have to get that gear mesh proper in there. It's pretty smooth for the most part. I was tinkering with it as I was building it, and I noticed when the screws are a little tight on the transmission plate with the motor, the axles don't like to give too much. So I set it just a little bit loose, but it's still got the screws snug on there to where they're not going to come undone or anything like that. I'm looking for that butterness, and I know I can get it out of this system, and it's almost there. It's just a little bit jerky in some areas, and that's due to builder error kind of. But the slow crawl is amazing with these systems, and the amount of torque it has to push these heavy wheels. Before the stock motor, or not stock motor, but a brush motor rather, I had the RC all-wheel drive. I forget what size that motor is, but it's got plenty of torque, and it does really well on lighter rigs. But when I added all this weight onto this one and still tried to use that motor, it wanted to give it, but the ESC wouldn't allow it, so to speak. So then I attempted to get another brush motor, which was the Mofo Torque Beast 3.0, and great motor. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's just that once again, the way I built my rig, the weight wasn't allowing it to be utilized the way and that would be efficient and work good. So ultimately I ended up burning out the stock ESC, which is why I went brushless in the first place. But I'm not mad at all. I mean, to replace the stock ESC was like $12 or $13, but I just thought to myself, let's just upgrade, spend the money, you know, buy once, cry once, so to speak, and you'll be happy. And I'm just loving the system, man. It crawls so slow. I'm trying to get a good shot of that motor spinning really slow. I don't know if you guys can pick that up or not, but yeah, man, this build was a lot of fun. A little tedious in certain areas, but as you can see, it's really busy back here with all the wiring and stuff. So I'm gonna reach out to a couple of friends that 3D print and see who can possibly come up with, like, you see this small square plate on the top, the green one. I want to make a similar plate like that, just coming down to cover up where those wires are at and where the ESC is at. And it'd be cool. It'd be a little protective cover plate just to protect those wires better and keep it a little more hidden and give it a little, I don't know, accent look to it, you know, just another panel plate. It'll look pretty cool. Wow, man. That probably seemed like it took forever, but that's just how slow this thing is capable of crawling. And it's so quiet. Pretty wild little rig, man. This thing is so cool. So, as far as classes are concerned, I don't do comps, and I'm not too educated on the setups and the rules and things of that nature. So, I guess this would be like a cheater rig, maybe, in that category. I don't know. But yeah, I haven't even took it to places where they comp at. I mean, kind of, but I don't know if you would even comp something like this. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not into that stuff, competition. Maybe with drifting one day, but rock crawling is a different feat. So I was curious when I ordered these 900 mAh batteries if they were gonna fit or not. And they are roughly just a little bit thicker than the